Hi, everybody. Sorry. Well, how are you?
Hi, Bob.
I brought here. Oh, good.
Can't think of a better way to start the year. Let's call our organizational meeting, the first meeting of the Board of Legislators for 2018. We are without a chair and a vice chair technically speaking at the moment, so the first thing we need to do is have a pledge of allegiance and a moment of reflection, and then we will swear in everybody. So please, everybody stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A moment of reflection, please. Thank you. Please be seated. Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see so many folks here. The first item of the evening, and the important lady, is our county clerk. Giselle, if you'll step forward and offer the pledge and swearing in, please.
Is this doing it all as one?
All at once, sure.
Okay. You do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution...
Why don't we...
Yeah.
Let's stand.
I was waiting, but...
Oh.
Okay, I'll start over.
Yep.
Oh, poor Carolyn. Hi. You do solemnly swear that you will support the... Oh, I'm sorry. That you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the Jefferson County Board of Legislators to the best of your ability? Very well. Welcome.
Thank you. We do have a few that have indicated because of weather weren't going to make it tonight, but I expect maybe one or two will be coming in shortly. Nevertheless, there are a couple of important items that need to be taken care of, and we'll pause ever 2 seconds for... Thank you, Jim. Good to see you. The first item this evening would be the election of a chairman for the Board of Legislators for the next 2 years. Can we have a nomination? Legislator Fitzpatrick.
Forgive me. I thought it was a given that someone else. Absolutely, I would like to support and nominate our chairman from the last 2 years, Scott Gray. He stepped up to the plate. He did a wonderful job. I was watching, all the time behind the scenes. He's answered the call. He's brought all of us together. He works with everyone. He's working tremendously with the community, and I give you kudos to that, Scott. With that, I'm going to support him for another 2 years. I nominate Scott Gray.
Thank you, Mr. Administrator. Yes, I'd like to echo Legislator Fitzpatrick's comments. Scott has done a wonderful job leading us, and I have all the confidence that he'll do the same in the next 2 years. So, second my nomination.
We do need to do a swearing in, though, of our chairman, so we'll turn it over to Giselle. Yeah, why don't you go down?
Welcome. Okay. You do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of the Jefferson County Chair for the Board of Legislators to the best of your ability.
I do.
Very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate your support for another 2 years, and I certainly hope not to let you down. Continue to work with all you fine folks and see if we can bring some consensus to issues and keep moving the county forward in the best interest of the public that we serve every day, day in and day out. Along with the staff, for everything that you folks do on a day in and day out basis, working with the public and carrying out the mission and the direction of the Board of Legislators. We appreciate everything that you do and look forward to continue to work with you as well. So thank you. Appreciate your support. Next, we will have election of the Vice Chairman. Do we have a nomination? Mr. Monticelli. Sounds good. Do we have a second? Mr. Peck.
Is it required to say something?
You're not. No, you are not required to say. Just say I'll second the motion. How's that sound?
I second the motion for Mr. Johnson as Vice Chair. Short and sweet.
Thank you very much. That's all that's required. Okay. Are there any other nominations for the office of the Vice Chair? Are there any other nominations for the office of the Vice Chair? One last time. Here's your chance. Are there any other nominations for the office of Vice Chairman? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Congratulations, Mr. Johnson. Look forward to working with you again. Got to swear him in. Got to swear in.
You do solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Vice Chair of the Board of Legislators to the best of your ability. Congratulations.
Very well. Okay. Just a formality. You have the oath of office in front of you. I believe you all have that. Correct? Okay. If you would just sign that and give it to Jill before you leave this evening, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Next. Privilege of the floor. Anybody would like to address the Board of Legislators? Hearing none, we'll close that. And reading minutes of last session. Anybody request them? None? Are there any additions or deletions or corrections? None? Okay, then they'll stand as presented. Presentations of petitions, notices, and communications.
This evening, we do not have any.
Perfect answer. Reports of county officers and others.
We have reported the county treasurer on investments and cash on hand from the prior month. Likewise, report of the county administrator on budget transfers. And this month we have a report of the county auditor for erroneous assessments.
Okay. That brings us to, hold on there. Brings us local laws, resolutions, and motions. Because we have not had any committee meetings, just a couple of formalities here. One, we'll need motions and seconds on all of these, so please be alert. And two, I will entertain a motion to waive the standing rules before we approve them, but we'll waive them, to prevent the introduction of the resolutions. So may I have a motion to waive the standing rules? Mr. Johnson, second. Mr. Peck, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay. Then we will go to resolution number 1.
First resolution this year, adopting of standing rules.
Made motion, Mr. Peck. Second, Mr. Monticelli. Any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Number 2.
Appointing Director of Office for Aging.
May I have a motion, please? Mrs. Fitzpatrick. Second, Mr. Peck. Any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 3.
Appointing airport manager.
Motion, Mr. Reed, second, Mr. McBride. Any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Appointing county, number 4.
That too. Appointing county attorney.
Well, we want to make sure it's twice. It's only one pay, but twice. May I have a motion, please? Mr. Cantwell, second. Ms. Fitzpatrick, any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Resolution 5.
Appointing county auditor.
Motion? Ms. Edsett, second, Mr. Doldo. Any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 6.
Appointing budget officer.
Sure you want that job? May I have a motion? Mr. Monticelli, second, Mr. McBride. Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Opposed? I only have to ask that once, right? Carried. Next.
Next is appointing clerk of the board, and I want that one because of the money.
Oh, is that where the money is? Okay. Number 8. No, I'm sorry. Number 7. Motion, please. Mr. Cantwell, second, Mr. Johnson. Any discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 8.
Approving appointment of director of employment and training.
Motion, please. Mr. Peck, second. Ms. Fitzpatrick, discussion. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 9.
Appointing director of fire and emergency management services, provided it doesn't storm tonight.
Do we have a guarantee on that before we do that? That everybody gets home safely. Yeah, Mr. Reed, second, Mr. Johnson, discussion. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Next.
Appointing director of information technology.
I'm not sure. Oh, hold on here. I haven't even asked for a motion. Look at all these people rushing to judgment. That's what I call this. May I have a motion? Mr. Reed, second, Mr. Johnson. Discussion. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried.
Next is appointing director of insurance.
Motion, please, Mr. Cantwell. Second, Mr. Doldo. Discussion. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried.
Appointing medical director for Article 28 Diagnostic and Treatment Center.
Motion, please. Mr. Jablonic, second, Ms. Edsett. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Next.
Appointing medical examiner.
Motion, Ms. Fitzpatrick, second, Mr. McBride. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 14.
Appointing director of planning.
Motion, please. Mr. Reed, second, Mr. Cantwell. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 15.
Appointing public defender.
Motion, please. Mr. Monticelli, second, Ms. Edsett. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 16.
Appointing director of public health.
Mr. Reed, second, Mr. Cantwell. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 17.
Appointing county purchasing agent.
Discussion. Motion. Mr. Doldo, second. Mr. Jablonic. Rushing things. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried.
Next is approving appointment of county director of veteran services.
Motion. Mr. Monticelli, second. Mr. Doldo. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Before we go on to 19, I think that's done. We're done with the appointments, right?
Correct.
Okay. We went through them fast. That does not minimize the job that you do, all you folks do. So I appreciate you all attending tonight. Congratulations. If you're reappointed, congratulations. Continue the good job that you do on behalf of us and everybody else in this community. So your jobs do not go unrecognized. appreciate everything. So thank you very much. Now, the more mundane things. Resolution 19, please.
Well, the banks wouldn't think so, but designation of depositories for 2018.
Discussion. Or motion, please. Mr. Peck, second. Mr. Monticelli. Discussion. Sorry, my watch is ringing. So, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. This is very distracting.
Next is designation of official newspapers for 2018.
Motion, please. Mr. McBride, second. Mr. Cantwell. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 21.
Delegating authority of the county auditor to approve certain real property tax refunds.
Motion? Mr. Monticelli, second. Mr. Navwani. Discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay. 22 through 36. If there are no objections, we will vote on them as a block. Anybody have any objections to that? Okay. Okay, so I need a motion and a second for resolutions 22 through 36. Mr. Reed, second. Mrs. Fitzpatrick, any discussion on any of the resolutions 22 through 36? Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's just a question. I think these are all of the authorized agencies, but there's a couple like the fair and another one that weren't included in here. Do they come later?
The fair should be in here. Yeah, all of them should be kind of lumped together.
Ag Society. Yep. These are all straight from the budget. So. Okay. Is there any further friendly discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. Well, oh, sorry. I said hearing none.
Hey, my cast matches my shirt. But, just a quick question of point. Any of the organizations given acknowledgement or recognition that we had awarded them an increase with this budget outside of the request?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
We had increased their allocation without them actually requesting as such. I was just curious whether anybody recognized that out of gratitude.
Other than a thank you here and there, no, that was the extent of it.
Okay. Just curious.
As an example, the IDA was very complimentary. They had not asked for anything, so they were responsive right away.
Plus, you'll probably hear more once the disbursements get done as well. So. Pardon? Yes, 2236. But if you have any discussion on any of them? No? Okay. Any further discussion on 2236? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 37.
Authorizing agreement with the Resolution Center of Jefferson and Lewis Counties Incorporated in relation to the Youth Court and Community Sanctions Program.
Motion, please. Okay. Mr. Cantwell, second. Mr. Monticelli. Discussion. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 38.
Accepting donations on behalf of the Watertown International Airport.
Discussion, or motion? Mr. McBride, second. Mr. Monticelli. Any discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 39.
Authorizing agreement for janitorial services for Jefferson County office buildings.
Motion. Motion. Mr. Dobro. Second. Mr. Reed. Discussion. None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 40.
Authorizing amended agreements in relation to the community services programs.
Motion. Ms. Adsett, second, Mr. Dolno. Discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Opposed? Carried. 41.
Authorizing the chief elected official local agreement and the local and regional plans under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014.
Motion, Mr. Dolno, second. Oh, you just raise your hand. Mr. Ferris. Thank you. Discussion. I want to include you. I want to make sure you feel included tonight. Discussion? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 42.
Resolution of the County of Jefferson approving the concurrent use of occupancy agreement with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for the realignment of County Route number 95, Town of Worth.
Motion? Mr. Johnson, second, Mr. Peck. Discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 43.
Approving reappointment to the Jefferson County Planning Board.
Mr. Monticelli, second. Ms. Adsett. Discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. 44.
Authorizing agreement in connection with the New York State Snowmobile Trails Grant and Aid Program and amending the 2018 budget in relation thereto.
Motion, Mr. Reed, second, Mr. Cantwell. Discussion? None. Roll call vote.
Legislator Fitzpatrick. Doldo. Monticelli. Nabawanek. Peck. Reed. McBride. Johnson. Ferris. Adsett. Cantwell. Gray.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 45.
Amending the 2018 county budget to reappropriate community development block grant and home investment partnership grant program funds.
Motion. Mr. Reed, second. Mr. Nabawanek. Discussion? None? All in favor, roll call vote.
Legislator Cantwell. Doldo. Peck. Monticelli. Reed. McBride. Fitzpatrick. Ferris. Adsett. Nabawanek. Johnson. Gray.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And resolution 46.
Authorizing agreement with the New York State Unified Court System for cleaning and maintenance of court facilities.
Motion. Mr. Reed, second. Ms. Fitzpatrick, discussion? None? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? Carried. That concludes the resolutions. We have a special recognition tonight for somebody that's on our board, and with this swearing in, it's in recognition of 40 years of dedicated service to the Board of Supervisors and the Board of Legislature. That eliminates all but two of you. Okay, this plaque presented, and you're too young for this. How do you like that? This plaque presented in appreciation for the many years of commitment and devotion that you have shown the citizens of Jefferson County. Jefferson County's success is attributed to your exemplary leadership and outstanding community services. The Board of Legislators offers a sincere congratulations to the one and only Ms. Jenny Adsett.
Seeing as I'm the second oldest here and longest serving, I want to congratulate Jenny. You know, when we first started, we didn't get along very well.
Two women never do.
But you know what? When I became chairman, she was one of the first people to come up those steps and give me a hug and congratulate me. You've always been about the people, always, to the point that sometimes it was aggravating. But it's because you cared, and we've always appreciated that. And I don't think anyone's ever going to outdo what you've accomplished, Jenny Estes. Thank you, and God bless you.
In terms of public service, you probably won't find anybody that puts community and the community service in the meaning of community service
No.
like you will with Jenny Estes. She's always been there for the people, and that's why she's here to serve. And she continues to be for the people. So whether it's the little people or the big people, it doesn't matter to Jenny. She's for the people. So congratulations. Thank you, Jenny, for all your years of service. Well done. Anything else come before the board? Oh, two gentlemen? What?
Legislator Neverwanting, Sarah.
Oh, he wasn't here for the swearing in? You weren't here for the swearing in? Hmm? Just Bobby. So, and don't forget, there's an oath of office. Please sign that and give it to Jill. Anything else come before the board? Mr. Johnson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know this is old business, but the JCIDA is attempting to work on the UTEP policy again. It's been tabled, it's brought back up. We're having a work session on January 18th. I put this out here to everybody before, but if anybody has comments, please get them to me. I have received a couple, but again, if anybody's got input on that policy, please get to me before the 18th. Thank you.
I think they have our kind of, we spoke as a whole, the board level, they have that, they're cognizant of that, correct? Okay. Okay. If you get any further comments, please give them to Mr. Johnson. So, anything else? Yeah, Mr. Peck.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've been noticing that the governor, in preparation for his State of the State, continues to roll out his little initiatives. As each little plan comes out, is NISAC developing responses and cause an effect on these little issues as they're coming along?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to see them respond until the actual State of the State tomorrow, and then there'll probably be some response. They're not probably responding to each and every proposal. You know, today I got one, probably Cheryl, did you hear about it? It's $175 million for workforce investment. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. The reporter caught me in the car, and I hadn't even had a chance to read it, and he wanted comments, and so, but in any event, you know, he's just trickling out these little things, and I don't think anybody's going to collectively, as an organization, is going to respond until probably the formal State of the State. So then you'll start seeing some positions developed, and at that point, that's when, you know, whoever attends NISAC will certainly learn more about the initiatives and the positions, and certainly department heads at that point will start to be brought up to speed on their individual initiatives that affect their departments, and we'll also look for some input from them, from those folks, in terms of how they want us to play it out on the lobbying level and the state level. So yeah, the ball gets rolling after tomorrow. So, did you have something else? Mr. Munn, did somebody else raise their hand?
I did, but my comment was lighthearted. I'm not sure. I just wanted to point out.
Hold on, it's after 6. We take lighthearted comments after 6.
I only have to live up to Legislator Estes' role modeling. I only have 35 more years to go.
How many years to go?
35.
35. I won't be around to see that. That's lighthearted. So, anything else? You all did note, starting, is it next week? Yes. Starting next week, we're 6 o'clock start time. Everybody noted that? Okay. Anything else? One more time. Having motion to adjourn. Mr. Reed, second. Mr. Fitzpatrick, all in favor? Drive safely. She told me she was going to. Yeah. You're doing great work on this. Yeah. I said, are you going to be at the meeting on Tuesday? She said, yes. Would you like the nomination? Would you like the nomination? I said, yes, please. I thought, yeah.
No reason we can group those together. I'm up for this. Vote, just grouping together.
No. Just block. You don't have to vote on the grouping of blocking.
I think we've done that extra step before, haven't we?
It's not necessary. You don't have to, you don't have to vote to block them, put them in a block. Yeah.
That's why I was looking at you.
No.
Right.
Yeah, no, there's no motion. Just no objections. I did, actually, I had objections earlier in the day, and I was not going to block it. I was going to go to an individual. Oh, I told them, they emailed me, and they said, well, we're going to do this, you're blocking it. I've already gotten the request not to block it. Yep, so. Yeah, just changed Jimmy, of course we had, really just Jimmy and, they're going out tomorrow. They'll be going out. There's really no changes. Jimmy, I moved Jimmy, Josh Eaton, seat 1 and Jimmy's seat. Absolutely. Yeah, bad weather, you got it. Bad hockey. That's not in the committee. Okay. Okay. Did my bookkeeping? Oh, I don't know. Sure. Oh. Yeah, I sent her a message just last week. I said, are you going to be at the meeting? And she goes, yes. Would you like me to do the nomination like I did 2 years ago? I said, yes, please. She said, okay. I assume you want some remarks with you.
what's going on
chilly
here?
out there in the wintertime.
Oh, that's true. Wow. Daughters are okay with that? They like that? That's good.
So, nick of time there, I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not there.
Oh, I'm glad you did. The man was starting to get a little nervous, you know.
Well, coming through the field, whiteout conditions.
Really? That's what, I thought it was kind of
So wide open, the wind blowing. Thanks for your help.
Oh, yeah, thank you, yeah, thank you. Don't get into that until they go back home. I would speculate at the moment we're targeting 2 weeks from now. My next week, 2 weeks from now. So we'll check the visa. No, I know, I understand, but I mean, we need to